Hello everyone! Welcome to Math is Fun. Magandang araw! Panibagong aralin na naman ang ating tatalakayin sa mathematics. Ito ay tungkol sa solving routine and non-routine problems involving addition and/or subtraction of fractions using appropriate problem-solving strategies and tools. Bago natin talakayin kung paano natin isolve ang routine at non-routine problems involving addition and/or subtraction of fractions, alamin muna natin kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng routine problem. Pag sinabi nating routine problem, it is a translation problem in which you can write an equation and there is an immediate solution. Ibig sabihin nito ay madali nating ma-identify ang operation na maaari nating gamitin sa pamamagitan ng mga datos na binigay at kung ano ang tanong sa problem. Ano naman ang non-routine problem? Pag sinabi nating non-routine problem, it is a problem in which it requires analysis and insights into known principles of mathematics. Ibig sabihin ay kailangan nating i-analyze ng mabuti ang problem para ma-solve natin ito kasi kadalasan ay hindi lantad kaagad ang solusyon nito. Minsan, gumagamit tayo ng illustration or drawing, backward method, at iba pang estratehiya para ma-solve natin ito. Ito ang ating unang problem. Mother buys 1/2 kilogram of chicken and 3/4 kilogram of beef. How many kilograms of meat does she buy in all? Ano sa tingin nyo? Ito ba ay routine or non-routine problem? Alright, ito ay routine problem. Para ma-solve natin ang routine problem, ay gagamit tayo ng 4-step line. Una, we need to understand the problem. So, kailangan nating alamin what is asked. Ano ba ang tanong sa ating problem? So, basahin natin muli ang problem at alamin kung ano ang tanong. So, dito sa problem na ito, ang tanong ay, how many kilograms of meat does she buy in all? So, to answer what is asked, gagawin natin in a statement form. So, ang question is, how many? Ang ating answer dito sa what is asked, we start with the number. The number of kilograms of meat does mother buy in all. So, pagkatapos nating malaman ang tanong sa ating problem, ang susunod naman nating gawin ay alamin ang mga given facts. So, kailangan nating basahin muli ang ating problem at alamin ang mga datos na kailangan natin para ma-solve ang ating problem. So, meron tayo ditong 1/2 kilogram of chicken and 3/4 kilogram of beef. So, the given facts are 1/2 kilogram of chicken and 3/4 kilogram of beef. So, naiintindihan na natin ang problem. Ang next step ay kailangan natin gumawa ng plan. So, under planning, what is the operation to be used? So, ano ba yung operation na gagamitin natin para ma-solve natin ang problem? So, sa ating problem, ang tanong ay, how many kilograms of meat does she buy in all? Meron tayo ditong clue word, yung in all. Ibig sabihin ay kailangan nating pagsama-samahin. So, the operation to be used is addition. Next ay, kailangan din nating gumawa ng number sentence. So, ano ang ating number sentence dito? Okay, 1/2 plus 3/4 is equal to n. So, meron na tayong plan. Ang next step ay, we're going to solve the problem. So, 1/2 plus 3/4. Sa fractions na 1/2 at 3/4, pareho ba ang kanilang denominators? Tama, hindi sila magkapareho. Sa 1/2, ang denominator ay 2. Sa 3/4 naman, ang denominator ay 4. So, ito yung tinatawag nating dissimilar fractions. Paano ba natin i-add ang dissimilar fractions? Marami tayong way kung paano tayo mag-add ng dissimilar fractions. Pero ang ituturo ko sa inyo ay isang shortcut na gagamitan natin ng cross product method. So, paano ba natin i-add ang 1/2 and 3/4 using cross product method? So, it is so very easy. I-multiply lang natin ang 1 and 4. 1 times 4 is equal to 4. Then, kopyahin natin ang addition sign. Then, i-multiply naman natin ang 2 and 3. 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Then, guguhit tayo ng fraction bar. Then, multiply naman natin ang 2 and 4. 2 times 4 is equal to 8. Then, i-add lang natin ang 4 and 6. 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. Kopyahin ang denominator na 8. So, 10 and 8 are both divisible by 2. So, i-divide lang natin siya sa 2 para maging lowest term. So, 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. So, tingnan natin ang ating fraction. 5/4. What kind of fraction is this? Alright, ito yung tinatawag nating improper fraction. Tandaan nyo na ang lowest term ng improper fraction ay mixed number. So, paano natin gawing mixed number ang 5/4? So, just divide 5 by 4. 5 divided by 4 is equal to 1. 1 times 4 is equal to 4. 5 minus 4 is equal to 1. Itong remainder na 1 ay gagawin natin itong numerator sa ating fraction. Then, kopyahin lang natin ang ating divisor na 4. So, 5/4 or 1 and 1/4. And this is our final answer. Yes, we already solved the problem. The last step is we're going to check. In checking, check the flow of your computation. Therefore, mother buys 1 and 1/4 kilograms of meat. This is our second problem. In the pizza parlor, the seller sliced some pizza into 8. After selling 18 slices, 6 slices were left. How many whole pizzas did the seller slice? Ang ating second problem, ito ba ay routine or non-routine problem? Tama, ito ay non-routine problem. So, paano ba natin ito ma-solve? Okay, ang problem na ito ay ma-solve natin sa pamagitan ng illustration or drawing. So, basahin natin muli ang ating problem. In the pizza parlor, the seller sliced some pizza into 8. After selling 18 slices, 6 slices were left. How many whole pizzas did the seller slice? So, sabi dito, after selling 18 slices, may natitira pang 6 slices. So, 18 plus 6 is equal to 24. The question is, how many whole pizzas did the seller slice? Ilang buo ba ang kanyang ini-slice? So, for example, this is a pizza. I-slice natin ito into 8 equal parts. Okay? Meron tayong 8 slices. Ang kailangan natin ay 24 slices. So, mag-slice pa tayo ng pizza into 8 equal parts. Okay? 8 plus 8 is equal to 16. So, kulang pa. Mag-slice pa tayo again ng isang buong pizza into 8 equal parts. So, 8 plus 8 plus 8 is equal to 24. Nakakuha na tayo ng 24 slices. Ang question is, how many whole pizzas did the seller slice? So, ano kaya sa tingin nyo? Sagot sa ating question. Tama. 1, 2, 3. Or 24 divided by 8 is equal to 3. Therefore, there were 3 whole pizzas the seller sliced. I hope that you understand our lesson for today. With this, just because something is difficult doesn't mean you shouldn't try. It just means you should try harder. Thank you for watching this video. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more educational videos.